Helmut was shocked to see Alaga. Alaga roared and released a large amount of demonic energy. Helmut was surprised to see how strong Alaga was. Alaga commended Helmut on surviving. She told him to leave the rest to her. She asked Helmut to leave the area. Helmut, who was struggling to withstand the demonic energy, told Alaga that he wants to help her. Alaga reminded Helmut that he has something important that he wants to find. She told Helmut to find his freedom. Helmut was shocked to hear these words. He did not know what to say to Alaga. Alaga told Helmut to not waste her efforts. Helmut wanted to help her, but Alaga asked him to leave. Helmut was annoyed to hear this. He thanked Alaga and began to run. Now Alaga had to face Naho on her own. Naho was annoyed to see Alaga. He could not believe that she would interfere in his territory. Alaga told him that she is doing what needs to be done. Naho began to laugh when he heard this. He mocked the relationship between Alaga and Helmut. He believed that Alaga was a disgusting cat. He thanked Alaga for coming into his territory on her own. He told her that he will kill her and devour Helmut. Alaga thought that Naho was stupid for saying this. She asked Naho about how he wants to defeat her with only one head. Naho was annoyed to hear this. He rushed to attack Alaga. The scene shifts and we see Helmut killing different demonic beasts. After coming out of Naho's territory, Helmut had been running for several days while standing in a pool of blood. Helmut says that the other demonic beasts are not a problem as long as they are not as powerful as Naho. While walking in the forest, Helmut realized that he would not have survived in this place if he hadn't met Alaga and Darien while standing next to the waterfall. Helmut tells himself that he has to get out of the forest for the sake of Alaga and Darien. The area around the waterfall was much different from Naho and Alaga's territory. Helmut could barely sense any demonic energy, and his seed of darkness was reacting. Helmut realized that his seed of darkness was reacting to the divine barrier. Fortunately for him, he used his fist to cover his seed of darkness. Otherwise, he would have a very horrible experience. While looking at his body, a feather falls on Helmut's hand. Helmut was surprised to see the feather. A giant bird flies over Helmut and lands in front of him. The bird was surprised to see a human child. The bird asked Helmut about what he wants in his territory. Helmut was shocked to see the bird. He realized that Erugo purposely told him about the waterfall because there was a demonic beast in the area. The demonic beast introduced itself as Agrel. Agrel asked Helmut for his name. Helmut also introduced himself to the giant bird. Helmut realized that he had heard about Agrel. Agrel is the ruler of the northern part of the forest. Alaga told Helmut that Agrel is a demonic beast that is very curious about things. Agrel realized that he could smell the scent of Naho on Helmut's body. He was surprised to see that Helmut also had Alaga's scent on him. He asked Helmut if he is Naho or Alaga's child, with a confident look on his face. Helmut told Agrel that he is Alaga's family. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He released his terrifying demonic energy and said that Alaga's family has intruded into his territory. Helmut told Agrel that he came on his own. He told Agrel that he has his own personal reasons. Agrel told Helmut to tell him his reasons. Helmut told Agrel that what he came to do will be meaningful for him too. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He told Helmut to explain himself. Helmut told Agrel that he has an opportunity to satisfy his curiosity. He told Agrel that he will be the first being to pass through the divine barrier. Agrel began to laugh when he heard this. He told Helmut that the seed of darkness within him makes him the same as a demonic beast. Helmut asked Agrel to give him a chance. He told Agrel that he is the only one willing to come to this part of the forest and try to get past the divine barrier. Agrel believed that what Helmut was trying to do was stupid. He also did not see a reason to let his human prey be burnt by the divine barrier. Helmut told Agrel that there is no shortage of humans that will step into the forest. He told Agrel that he is the only human that can cross the barrier. Agrel became intrigued with what Helmut said. He told Helmut that he wants to see him do what he said. He believed that Helmut is the only human stupid enough to do such a thing. Helmut told Agrel that he will be the first demonic beast to witness a human passing the divine barrier. Agrel accepted Helmut's offer when he heard this. He told Helmut that he will protect him from the other demonic beasts while he attempts to escape. He asked Helmut to tell him his final words in case anything happens to him. He told Helmut that he will share the words with Alaga. Helmut asked Agrel to tell Alaga that he made it out of the forest. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He realized that Helmut wanted him to tell Alaga this information regardless of the result. After thinking about it for a while, Agrel accepted Helmut's wish. Helmut was relieved to see this. Helmut jumped into the waterfall and began to dive. He swam to the bottom of the waterfall. Helmut used his fist to cover his body. When he arrived at the bottom of the waterfall, he saw a hole in the barrier. Helmut began to swim into the hole. He assured himself that he will survive and go beyond the forest of roots. Divinity is the power of purification that protects humans and rejects negativity. The divine barrier rejected the seed of darkness in Helmut. The power was penetrating through Helmut at a frightening speed. Helmut felt pain on a whole other level. His consciousness began to slowly fade away. Helmut was terrified to see this. He did not know if he was becoming a demonic beast. The scene shifts, and we see a group of mercenaries moving near the forest of roots. A boy in the group asked his leader called Tanya about why they are resting in such a place. Tanya told the boy called Pin that they will be able to travel further if they rest for a while. She told Pin that they will all die if they come across a demonic beast while they are tired. Pin was terrified to hear this. Tanya told Pin to fetch some water. Pin was annoyed to hear this. He believed that everywhere was already dark. Tanya was annoyed to see how Pin was behaving. She kicked him and told him to fetch some water. As Pin got closer to the river, he felt something strange. When he arrived at the river, he sees something which he believes is seaweed. When he carefully looks into the water, he realized that he was holding the hair of an unconscious Helmut. Pin was horrified to see Helmut. He quickly ran back to his group in fear. The members of the group asked him about what was going on. Pin told them that there is a dead body in the river. The members of the group began to laugh when they heard this. They thought that Pin was lying. They believed that Pin saw a stick and called it a body because he is a coward. Tanya asked Pin to show her the body. Pin pointed towards the riverside. Tanya kicked him and asked him to show her the way instead of simply pointing. Before they reached the riverside, Tanya told Pin that she will kill him if he made a mistake. When they arrived at the river, Pin showed Tanya Helmut's body. Tanya was surprised to see Helmut's body. She assumed Helmut was dead. After carefully looking at Helmut's body, she noticed that Helmut was still breathing. She asked Pin to assist her in carrying Helmut. Pin was horrified to hear this. Tanya quickly pulled Helmut out of the water. The scene shifts, and we see Helmut wake up with bandages around his body. Helmut did not know where he was, and he did not know if he had escaped the forest of roots. Tanya welcomed Helmut to her group. She told him that he is safe with them. She asked Helmut for his name. Helmut introduced himself to Tanya. She asked Helmut to tell her about himself. Helmut told her that he does not remember anything about himself. Tanya was surprised to hear this. She knew that Helmut did not have any external injuries. She asked Helmut if he hit his head while he was in the water. Tanya introduced herself to Helmut. She told him that she is a rank 3 silver medal mercenary from the Face Mercenary Corps. Helmut was surprised to see another human like him. Tanya asked Helmut if he knew where he was. Helmut told her that he does not know their current location. Tanya told Helmut that they are currently at Decay Forest. Tanya was surprised to hear that Helmut did not remember anything. She realized that Helmut memory loss is very severe. She asked Helmut if he remembers anything at all. Helmut told her that he remembers his name and how to wield a sword. Tanya was happy to hear this. She realized that Helmut simply needs to meet a doctor in order to solve his problem. She told Helmut that her group will help him until he can remember things about himself. She told Helmut that he is now her responsibility. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He thanked Tanya for her help. The next day, we see Helmut resting on a boulder. Helmut was very happy that he was able to come out of the forest. He realized that he needed to rest for some time before he can recover. He could not believe that his body was in a worse state than when he started training. He could barely even feel his vis. Helmut was surprised to see that the seed of darkness was still in his body. He knew that he could not let other humans find out that he had a seed of darkness within him. He decided to continue pretending that he had lost his memories. He brought out his necklace and said that he wants to find the owner. Helmut knew that he could not rush anything at all. He decided to take things slow. The scene shifts, and we see the members of the group commenting on Helmut's new look. One of the men believed that Helmut was a noble. He could not believe someone could look so elegant. Pin was also surprised to see Helmut's new look. He remembered how Helmut looked like a corpse when he first found him. He asked Helmut if he is the son of a wealthy man. Helmut told him that he does not know. Tanya placed her hand on Helmut's shoulder and asked him about how he is feeling. She told Helmut that he looks much better now that he has freshened up. Pin was annoyed to see this. He told Tanya that she is nice to Helmut because he is handsome. Tanya quickly punched Pin in the face. She ordered him to assist the other members of the group. Tanya told Helmut that they will arrive at a village in 4 days. She asked Helmut to bear with them for a little while. She told Helmut that she will introduce him to a doctor when they arrive at a village, with a smile on his face. Helmut thanked Tanya for helping him. Tanya pat his head and told him not to worry about it. After doing this, she ordered the rest of her men to prepare for departure. Helmut and Pin were both surprised by how Tanya treated them. The scene shifts, and we see Helmut moving with the group. Finn asked Helmut to move slowly because of his body. He told Helmut that their carriage is fast, and it will be difficult to catch up with it. Helmut told Finn that he wants to walk to loosen up his body. Helmut began to pet their group's horse. Finn asked Helmut if he likes horses. Helmut told him that he is not sure. Due to the way Helmut treated the horse, Finn realized that Helmut is not a noble, but he was certain that Helmut was not an ordinary person. Helmut, who was shocked to see a horse, called the horse a docile organism. Finn was surprised to hear what Helmut said. He had never heard anyone speak like Helmut. He was certain that Helmut was around his age, so he did not understand why Helmut spoke in such a weird manner. While moving alongside the horse, Helmut began to breathe heavily. Finn asked Helmut to get on the carriage after seeing his condition. He told Helmut that the group will fall behind if he continues to walk slowly. Helmut told Finn that he is fine. He told Finn that he will not fall behind. Finn was surprised to see how stubborn Helmut was. He believed that Helmut might be a noble. Helmut did not understand why he was so tired. In the forest of roots, it usually takes him a day to recover his strength. He decided to continue walking in order to increase his stamina. The scene shifts, and we see a doctor looking at Helmut's body. The doctor tells Tanya that there is nothing wrong with Helmut. He told her that Helmut has a strong constitution, so he recovers faster than other people. Tanya asked the doctor if he has properly looked at Helmut. The doctor was annoyed to hear this. He told Tanya to treat Helmut herself. Tanya was annoyed to hear this. She told the doctor that Helmut was unconscious for a long time. She called the doctor a quack and told him to give them a proper diagnosis. The doctor was annoyed to hear this. He screamed at Tanya and told her that Helmut has a body that recovers very fast. Finn asked the doctor about Helmut's amnesia. The man told Finn that Helmut's memory will return very soon. He told Finn that there is nothing wrong with Helmut's head. The doctor gave them some medicine and asked them to go away. He called Tanya an idiot for challenging a professional like himself. Tanya became angry when she heard this. She began to scream at the old man. She called the man an old geezer and wanted to attack him. The scene shifts, and we see Tanya walking with Helmut. She asked Helmut if he is feeling fine. She told him that Finn talked about his breathing problems. Helmut told Tanya that he is feeling better now that he has used the medicine. After hearing that Helmut had a strong body, Tanya remembered that Helmut told her that he knows how to wield a sword. She told Helmut that he was probably trained by a master. Helmut was surprised that she was able to deduce such a thing. He told her that the sword felt familiar to him as soon as he held it. Tanya asked Helmut if he wants to duel with her. Helmut was surprised to hear this. Tanya told him not to feel pressured. She told him that she suggested the duel because it might trigger his memories. Tanya is a rank 3 silver medal mercenary. Helmut realized that someone of her status is highly respected in society. He realized that he could use this opportunity to gauge how strong he is. Tanya took Helmut to their group's training center. The men in the training center were shocked to see Tanya. They were surprised to hear that Helmut wanted to have a duel with Tanya. The men asked Tanya to go easy on Helmut. They asked her to go easy on Helmut's face. Tanya was annoyed to hear this. She quickly beat up the men who mocked her. Tanya gave Helmut a wooden sword. She told him that the duel will end once anyone falls to the ground. With a smile on her face, Tanya asked Helmut to attack her with everything he has. She told Helmut that she is the vice captain of her group, so he should not look down on her. Helmut knew that his body had not recovered and his vis had not yet returned. He realized that he could not fight her with sheer strength. He decided to fight her by redirecting her attacks. He took a deep breath and got into position. The other members of the squad were surprised to see Helmut's stance. Helmut rushed to attack Tanya. He noticed that her left waist was opened and tried to attack it. Tanya easily parried the attack. Helmut became certain that Tanya was above him in strength. He realized that he cannot fight her head-on. Tanya attacked Helmut with her sword, but Helmut was able to dodge the attack by jumping. Tanya closed the gap between them and used her leg to kick Helmut's stomach. Helmut was annoyed that he received such an attack. He realized that his body cannot move as he wants. He did not know what to do. While Helmut was thinking, Tanya closed the gap between them. She told Helmut that he thinks too much. She began to attack Helmut aggressively. Helmut was able to block the attacks, but he was slowly getting overwhelmed. Tanya moved closer to Helmut and used her sword to push Helmut. Helmut flew back and landed on the ground. The men were surprised to see how intense the duel was. Helmut picked up his sword and told Tanya that he lost. Due to the look in Helmut's eyes, Tanya realized that Helmut felt frustrated. Helmut could not believe that the match was one-sided. He was certain that Tanya had more openings than Darien and her swordsmanship was not very efficient either. Tanya told Helmut that he fought very well. Helmut could not believe that Tanya was much stronger than he expected. He finally understood why Darien told him to not underestimate humans. Helmut could not believe that he was defeated by a rank 3 swordsman. A man walked up to Helmut and told him that Tanya is a distinguished fighter among their mercenary group. He told Helmut to not feel bad for losing. The other members of the group commended Helmut on his efforts. They told Helmut that he is better than Finn. Helmut asked the man who walked up to him for his identity. The man told Helmut that his name is Fien. He told Helmut that he is the captain of their mercenary group. He told Helmut that he is a rank 2 gold medal mercenary. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 4 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.